Good morning. This is Bill at Highland Hill Farm, and today I'm going to tell you about a dream that I had last night. Every night I look forward to going to bed and having the dreams that I have because they're always unusual, always weird, and always exciting for me. Well, this dream that I had last night starts out the following. Our family years ago started to invest in some ground out west. We're in the tree business in Pennsylvania, and we had extra money, so we decided we'd buy a couple ranches out west. And when I was a kid, I used to collect Indian artifacts on the farm that I grew up in, Lambertville, New Jersey. So I've always had a liking for properties that have archaeology, paleontology, or meteorites on them. Well, years ago, I found the perfect property. It's in a little town called Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. And inside this area, it's the northern limits of the Chihuahuan Desert, which is the largest desert in North America. So not only did this ranch have meteorites on it, because meteorites are found in desert conditions, it also had a lot of archaeology from Indians and Indian inhabitations that occurred there for many centuries. And it also has paleontology. It has petrified wood, dinosaur bones, and mastodon bones, and things such as that. So it was a property that would give me a lot of these different things that I could, go out west and enjoy, besides hunting, because I like to hunt. Well, about a month ago, I took a friend of mine, Doc Lamp, who was my chiropractor. I had an extra tag. He's 87. I had an extra tag for antelope. So I took him and my wife out to TRC, and we stayed at our ranch, and we drove around to try and get Doc Lamp an antelope. Well, Doc Lamp didn't see too well, and we were having trouble, shooting at the antelope. He had 15 shots, but didn't get one. But, we were driving around, and we came to a bluff overlooking a small stream on the ranch, because you could, it was a good place to hunt. You could look down, you could see the animals, so they came for water and things like that. And as I'm there and I'm walking around, I find an Indian arrowhead. Well, I find a lot of arrowheads all over the place, so I didn't think very much of it, but I was really happy that I found this arrowhead. Well, I got back, and after that was over, I decided I would do some advertising on the web to, allow people to go look for arrowheads and dinosaur bones and things like that. So I made up a whole bunch of YouTube videos and, Craigslist ads and started advertising these hunts. Well, lo and behold, a set of professors from Harvard University and from MIT contacted me wanting to do a hunt out on the Flying X looking for archaeology. So I said I agreed to it. So okay, I signed them up for a tour and to go out and to do an archaeology hunt. Well, it turns out that there were a couple of people on this hunt that were problem people. One's name was Ben Edelman. He's the Harvard University professor that sues people over $3 dinners or $4 dinners if he doesn't get the correct amount of change when he orders his Chinese cuisine. Another one on the trip was Dr. Jonathan Gruber, who called Americans stupid. He was one of the people that, helped design the Obamacare's healthcare system. And then, of course, there were, other people there that, I didn't know, but those were the most famous that stood out of the group. There was a group of about 4 or 5 people that were on this tour. And I went with them, and they had a good time looking for stuff, but they didn't find a thing, not even a smidgen of an arrowhead. So they're going to sue me over this, so this got me all pissed off. And, I thought, I should ban them from Highland Hill Farm, ban anybody that has anything to do with MIT or Harvard from ever, partaking in any of my activities for arrowhead hunting, paleontology, or and things like that, and for meteors and meteorite hunting. So, I proceeded to run ads on the internet banning them from Highland Hill Farm and from our hunts. So, that was my dream. And as strange as this sounds, I woke up and I got to thinking, I really should do that. I really should ban those people from those different institutions. But no, that's just a dream. So I'm getting dressed, and as I look down on the floor, there is the arrowhead that I had found in Truth or Consequences, right on the floor next to my bed. So that's an omen. The broken arrowhead is an omen, telling me that I shouldn't break my dream. I should keep my dream together, and that I should ban people from Harvard an MIT from Highland Hill Farm. And then when I decided to do that, it was a great idea because then I got to thinking, who else would I be banning? Well, I would be banning Jonathan Gruber, Ben Edelman, Elizabeth Warren, and Barack Obama. All those are graduates from those schools or taught at those schools. So yes, it's a good idea. So I decided I will ban everyone that has anything to do with MIT or Harvard from Highland Hill Farm or our properties or our business. We won't service them. We won't sell them trees. We won't sell them shrubs. I won't let them look for arrowheads. I won't let them look for dinosaur bones. And I don't care what they say. The only exception that I will give to this new rule about Highland Hill Farm is that, my name is Bill. If your name is William, I'll cut you a break and I'll let you in on our hunts. So anyone, Bill O'Reilly, you can feel real good that you're not in on this list, even though you did go to Harvard. So that's our new protocol for Highland Hill Farm, that if you went to MIT or Harvard, you're banned perpetually from all our properties and from buying our trees at Highland Hill Farm. Well, thank you. Have a nice one. This video is brought to you by Highland Hill Farm. We grow and sell screening and buffering trees for privacy and sound barriers.
This is Highland Hill Farm in Fountainville, PA, and this is a report from hunters that have been here before and are back again.
Yes, last week we were here, great rabbit hunting. Bill let us hunt on his property and we ended up getting 14 rabbits. Great place to hunt. Bill's a great guy.
We had 3 different properties for you to hunt on last week.
Yeah, and we, like I said, we've seen a lot of rabbits, and great rabbits.
Good. Tell us a little bit about your dogs.
Well, we have mostly beagles, and we have Pudengo also. And to hunt rabbits, they're the best kind of. You gotta have some rabbit dogs in order to hunt for rabbits.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and have a good luck today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting us hunt on your property.
You're welcome.
This is Fininha. She's a Portuguese hound, which is called a Pudengo, and they hunt a little different than the beagles. They're more of a jump the rabbits instead of tracking them. And she was imported from Portugal.
This is the dogs working at Highland Hill Farm, coming to hunt and do what they do best. If you want to come hunt at Highland Hill Farm, give us a call at 215-651-8329. We do allow access to hunters on our Bucks County farms. You have to call, set up an appointment, and we do it as a barter. You have to bring us something that we need, and then we'll exchange the right for the hunt for something you bring. These men actually brought me a case of wine. I'm not allowed to buy wine. My wife says I'm an alcoholic, so at least I can trade for it. I have people bring things such as fence posts, plumbing fittings, pieces of 2x4s that are new, that are 8 foot long. We also take in a lot of used hose caddies, not new ones, used hose caddies, which we use to roll up our irrigation lines. So just give us a call. Thank you. This is our sales yard at Highland Hill Farm. We are located at 5275 West Swamp Road, that's Route 313, in Fountainville, PA. This is Highland Hill Farm in Fountainville, PA. We grow thousands of trees and shrubs, both seedling, transplants, and large caliper trees.